Filipino case markers. In Filipino, case markers, also called pananda or pambalarila, indicate the grammatical role of nouns, pronouns, or phrases in a sentence. These markers help clarify which word is the subject, object, or possessive, making the sentence structure more flexible. They are crucial for understanding Filipino sentence construction since Filipino relies on word markers rather than word order to show the relationships between nouns and verbs. Here's a detailed explanation of Filipino case markers focusing on the most common ones used for nouns and pronouns. Basic types of case markers. There are three basic categories of case markers in Filipino. The first one is ang markers for focus or subject. The second one is nang markers for object and actor. The third one is sa markers for location, direction, or possession. Each of these categories has specific markers depending on whether the noun or pronoun is common, proper, or personal. Ang markers for focus or subject. So ang markers are used to indicate the subject or the focus of the sentence. The word being marked by ang is the one performing the action or is the main focus of the sentence. Ang markers for common nouns. Singular, ang, and the plural, ang mga. Examples, ang aso ay tumatakbo. The dog is running. Ang aso ay tumatakbo. Ang mga tao ay nagtatrabaho. The people are working. Ang mga tao ay nagtatrabaho. Ang markers for proper nouns, singular, si, for plural, sina. Si Maria ay nagluluto. Maria is cooking. Si Maria ay nagluluto. Sina Juan at Pedro ay pumunta sa palengke. Juan and Pedro went to the market. Sina Juan at Pedro ay pumunta sa palengke. Ang markers for pronouns. First person singular, ako or I in English. First person plural inclusive, tayo, we, including the listener in English. First person plural exclusive, kami, we, excluding the listener in English. Second person singular, ikaw or ka, which is you in English. Second person plural, which is kayo in Filipino and you plural in English. Third person singular siya is he or she in English. Third person plural sila, they in English. Examples, ako ay nag-aaral. I am studying. Ako ay nag-aaral. Tayo ay aalis mamaya. We will leave later, including you. Tayo ay aalis mamaya. Nang markers for object and actor. Nang markers indicate the object or the doer of the action if the verb is in the passive voice, actor focus. These markers are used to mark the one receiving the action or the actor in actor focus constructions. Nang markers for common nouns, the singular nang and the plural nang mga. Examples, kumain ng mansanas si Ana. Ana ate an apple. Kumain ng mansanas si Ana. Naglinis ng mga kotse ang mga lalaki. The men cleaned the cars. Naglinis ng mga kotse ang mga lalaki. Nang markers for proper nouns, the singular ni and the plural nina. Examples, binigyan ni Juan si Maria ng bulaklak. Juan gave Maria a flower. Binigyan ni Juan si Maria ng bulaklak. Kumain sina Ana at Jose ng pizza. Ana and Jose ate pizza. Kumain sina Ana at Jose ng pizza. Noun markers for pronouns. First person singular, ko or my in English. First person plural inclusive, natin in Filipino, and our including the listener in English. First person plural exclusive, namin or our excluding the listener in English. Second person singular mo in Filipino and your in English. Second person plural ninyo, your plural in English. Third person singular niya, his or her in English. And the third person plural nila, which translates to their in English. Examples, kinuha ko ang libro. I took the book. Kinuha ko ang libro. Hinahanap mo ba ako? Are you looking for me? Hinahanap mo ba ako? Sa markers for location, direction, or possession. Sa markers indicate location, direction, or possession. These markers are used when talking about where something is going, or who possesses something. Sa markers for common nouns, the singular sa and the plural sa mga. Examples, pumunta ako sa tindahan. I went to the store. Pumunta ako sa tindahan. Ibibigay ko ang sulat sa mga bata. I will give the letter to the children. Ibibigay ko ang sulat sa mga bata. Sa markers for proper nouns, the singular kay and the plural kina. Examples, pumunta ako kay Maria kahapon. I went to Maria yesterday. Pumunta ako kay Maria kahapon. Pumunta kami kina Juan kagabi. We went to Juan's house last night. Pumunta kami kina Juan kagabi. Sa markers for pronouns, first person singular akin, which translates to mine in English. First person plural inclusive, atin, which translates to ours including the listener in English. First person plural exclusive, amin, which translates to ours excluding the listener in English. Second person singular iyo, yours in English. Second person plural inyo, which translates to yours plural in English. Third person singular kanya, which is his or hers in English. And third person plural kanila, which translates to theirs in English. Examples, sa akin ang librong ito. This book is mine. Sa akin ang librong ito. Ibigay mo ito sa kanila. Give this to them. Ibigay mo ito sa kanila. Combining case markers with verbs. Case markers work closely with verbs in Filipino to create meaningful sentences. The verb typically appears at the beginning of the sentence, followed by the subject and object, which are marked by the ang and nang markers. Examples of case markers in sentences. Kumakain ang bata ng saging. The child is eating a banana. Kumakain ang bata ng saging. Kumakain means eating. Ang bata means the child. Ng saging is an object marked by nang. A saging is a banana. Binigyan ni Maria si Juan ng regalo. Maria gave Juan a gift. Binigyan ni Maria si Juan ng regalo. Binigyan is the verb, it means gave. Ni Maria, actor marked by ni, Maria. Si Juan, recipient marked by si, it's for Juan. And ng regalo, a regalo is a gift, so an object marker marked by nang, which a regalo is a gift. Pupunta kami sa park. We are going to the park. Pupunta kami sa park. Pupunta means we'll go. That's future tense of the verb. Kami is subject marker by ang. It means we. And then sa parke, location marked by sa, to the park. Pupunta kami sa park or sa parke or sa plaza. Tips for mastering case markings in Filipino. The first one is to pay attention to markers. The word markers, ang, nang, or sa, and their variations are the key to understanding Filipino sentence structure as they identify the roles of words in a sentence. The second one is to start with simple sentences. Practice by creating simple sentences using common nouns and verbs, paying attention to the markers used. The third one is to observe word order because in Filipino, the word order can be flexible but the meaning remains clear because of these case markers. The fourth one is to practice with pronouns because pronouns are often marked differently than nouns, so practice with personal pronouns and observe how the case markers change. In conclusion, case markers are an essential part of Filipino grammar because they indicate the relationships between words in a sentence. Understanding how ang, nang, and sa work, along with their variations for singular and plural nouns and pronouns, is crucial to mastering Filipino sentence structure. With practice, you'll be able to form more complex sentences. Maraming salamat for watching this video. I do hope you learned something new. See you in the next one. Bye!